Hey there, Angular folks, and welcome back. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to programmatically focus a form field in Angular and ended up with view queries, native elements, ElementRefs, and a tiny voice in your head whispering, there has to be a better way than this? Because as of Angular 21.1, there is. Today, I'm going to show you how Signal Forms lets you focus fields easily using a single method, focusBoundControl. Let's check it out. Here we have this simple app with some content and an address form. This form is built using the new Signal Forms API. At the bottom of the form, we have 3 buttons. One to reset the form, one to navigate to the next invalid field, and then a submit button to submit the form once everything has been added. Let's add a street address. Now let's hit the next field button. Notice that the city field is now focused. That's intentional. This button is meant to jump you to the next invalid field, and it does so with a programmatic focus. Now let's blur out of this field. Okay, now we've got a validation error. Good. Now let's hit the reset button. The form clears, the validation disappears, and the street field is automatically focused, also done with a programmatic focus. So we've already got 2 real workflows that depend on programmatic focus. Let's look at how we're pulling that off today. Here, we're looking at the TypeScript for this form component. Right here, we can see we have this inputs viewChildren signal query. It collects every input element in the form, so this is how we are currently getting access to the elements for focus. Next, we can see our reset method that is called when the reset button is clicked. Here, we reset the form. Then we grab the first input from that query. Then we call native element, and then the focus method to focus the first field in the list. Below this, we have our next invalid field method. This gets called when we call the next field button. This one's a little bit more involved. First, we convert the fields from our form into an array. Then we find the index of the first invalid field. If we have an invalid field, we then use native element and the focus method again. That works. It's not wrong, but it's fragile and probably won't work in all situations. The bummer here is the Signal Forms already understand the structure of the form, so why are we manually walking the DOM? Well, as of Angular 21.1, we don't have to. The Signal Forms API now exposes a method called focusBoundControl. So instead of asking the DOM, hey, which input is this? We can ask the form, please focus the control bound to this field. So let's refactor. Let's start by getting rid of the input signal query and the associated imports. We won't be needing these anymore. Right now, in the reset method, we're grabbing the first input and calling focus. We can now replace this with our form signal and then calling this new focusBoundControl method. That's it. No DOM, no queries, no guessing. Just do the thing. Now we can update the next invalid field method. In this case, I'm just going to rip all of this out. We don't need any of it anymore. What I'm going to do instead is create a variable using the form signal and accessing the error summary array to get the first error. Each entry in this array includes both the error message and the path to the field that caused it. So instead of guessing which input is invalid, we can let the form tell us exactly where the problem lives. Then, if we have an error, we use that to access the corresponding field and call focusBoundControl. That's all we need. So now we're letting the form tell us, this is the field that's invalid, go focus it. Now let's save and try it out. Let's add a street address again. Then let's click the Next Field button again. Nice. City is focused just like it used to be, but now it's done in a more simplistic, modern way. And how about when we hit reset? Yep, that still works too. The form clears, the error disappears, and the street field is focused. Same behavior, but with zero DOM plumbing. And now our focus logic is driven by the form model, not by the shape of the HTML. That's the real win here. Right now, when using focusBoundControl, focusing a field does two things. It moves keyboard focus, and it automatically scrolls that element into view if it's not already in view. Let me show you what I mean. Let's add an address again. Now I'll scroll down so it's out of view. There. Now I'll hit reset again. See how it scrolled the address field into the view? That's the browser doing what it thinks is helpful. If something receives focus, make sure the user can see it. Most of the time, that's exactly what you want, but sometimes it may not be. Maybe you're resetting a large form or jumping between steps in a wizard, I don't know, but there are some scenarios where you won't want this. And as of Angular 21.2 Next, focusBoundControl gives you control over this. Back over in the code, we just need to make one very small tweak. The focusBoundControl method now accepts an options object. And in these options, we have a preventScroll option that we can set to true. The default is obviously false. This maps directly to the browser's native focusPreventScroll API, but we're doing it at the form level, not the DOM level. We're still saying focus the control bound to this field, but don't move the viewport to do it. Let's save and see how this works now. First, let's add a street address again. Now I'll scroll down so that the street field is out of view. Now I'll hit reset. Notice what doesn't happen. The page does not scroll. It stays exactly where it is, but the street field is focused. There it is. This is especially useful in long, multi-step forms where you want to preserve scroll position while still restoring focus. You may not need it every day, but when you do, it's incredibly nice to have. So today you saw three things: how to replace viewChildren and native element focus with focusBoundControl, how to focus the next invalid field using error summary, and how to control scroll behavior with preventScroll, all without touching the DOM. This is one of those features that probably feels small until you fought focus in a real form. Then it feels like relief. If this was helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more on modern Angular and Signal forms. And hey, if you want to represent Angular in the real world, check out the Shieldworks gear linked below. It's built for Angular developers who take a lot of pride in their work. All right, that's all for today. See ya in the next one.